Hi, this is Dr. David Gersten. Today I'm going to be talking about how to tame your mind. In this age of stress and worry, people often look for the drug or the nutritional supplement to alleviate these symptoms. Physical approaches definitely can help, but they cannot tame the mind. The average person's mind churns out 10 thoughts per minute, 600 thoughts per hour, 5,000 thoughts per day, and about 1,825,000 random thoughts per year. These figures are based on a person sleeping 8 hours a day and working 8 hours a day, which leaves 8 hours a day for their mind to wander. I spend time with every patient figuring out a more exact figure based on how much time he or she sleeps and works. If you want to find out how fast your mind moves, pause this video, get a pen and a piece of paper. Set a timer for 30 seconds, and then close your eyes and hit the timer or have someone else do this for you. Do not try to do anything during these 30 seconds. Don't meditate and don't visualize anything intentionally. After 30 seconds, open your eyes and write down every thought, every image, every sound, and every physical sensation you experienced during those 30 seconds. If you have the same thought 3 times, write it down 3 times. Count the number of thoughts and multiply that by 2. You now have the number of thoughts you have in 60 seconds. The faster your mind moves, the more anxious, worried, and stressed out you will feel. There are 2 mental fitness techniques I use to tame the mind, namely a focus mantra and specific breath techniques. These 2 techniques help create mental home base, which is an internal space you can return to over and over again. The fastest, most powerful tool I know of for taming the mind is the use of a focus mantra. Mantra is a Sanskrit word that means that which is repeated in the mind. I wrote about the mind and focus mantras in the POW Survival Guide, which I wrote for the Allied troops of Operation Desert Storm. Here's how to create your focus mantra. Think of something that gives you the greatest degree of hope, inspiration, love, security, and tranquility as is possible. That something might be a person, a place in nature, an event, a human value, God, or a higher power. Select the most positive word or words that you can. Don't use a word that you have mixed feelings about. A 2017 study showed that 80% of Americans believe in God. 10% do not believe in God or a higher power. 9% don't believe in God, but do believe in a higher power or a spiritual force. People who believe in God or a higher power use different focus mantras than people who are atheists or agnostic. Higher power is one potential focus mantra. The word God is usually part of the focus mantra for those who are spiritual or religious. I ask my patients and clients who they pray to. While religions differ, they all use the word God or the translation in their language. Because a focus mantra needs to be 2 to 9 syllables long, 2 words are usually needed. I may ask people to think of qualities of God, and I suggest the words loving God as one possible mantra. In addition to providing mental home base, a major secondary benefit is a deepening of one's spiritual connection. For those who don't believe in God or a higher power, here are some examples of focus mantras for you. Use words that are near and dear to you. Examples are locations, like Pacific Ocean and Rocky Mountains, and qualities, like peacefulness or love and courage. You get the idea. There are no right words. There are only words that are the most powerful ones in establishing mental home base for you. Here's how to use your focus mantra. As you inhale, silently say the first half of your mantra. As you exhale, silently say the second half. Your mind will wander or drift during this practice. When your mind drifts, slowly bring it back to the focus, to your mantra. Treat thoughts passing through your mind as clouds passing through the sky. Don't give them any power. Repetition of your focus mantra is mantra meditation. Do not overreact and force your mind to shut out the drift, to shut out thoughts, and fight your way back to your mantra. The focus and the drift are both part of using your focus mantra. Over time, you will be able to return to your mantra faster and faster. The use of your focus mantra involves concentrating, then drifting, and then returning to the mantra. You cannot do your focus mantra incorrectly. Your focus mantra will be of immeasurable help to you. Spend 5 minutes 2 or 3 times every day concentrating on your focus mantra. Those 5-minute periods will help ingrain a sense of security and will solidify the development of mental home base. But I would encourage you to use your focus mantra throughout the day when you're not engaged in any activity that requires your full attention. Keep it going so it almost becomes background music for you. The more you practice, the faster you'll be able to access your focus mantra. During an average day, it will bring you peace of mind and a feeling of being centered. Over time, it becomes easier and easier to access your focus mantra when you're anxious, confused, or stressed out. The power of the focus mantra will allow you to stay centered. Repetition of a focus mantra is one form of meditation. Stress gives rise to the biology of the stress response. Mantra meditation gives rise to the biology of the relaxation response. The nature of the mind is to think. Most of the 5,000 random thoughts generated in a day are useless. Because it's the nature of the mind to think, redirecting the mind to concentrate on a focus mantra is natural. The mind works with names and forms. If I show you this picture, your mind automatically processes that you're seeing an R-O-S-E, rose. Likewise, if you see or hear the word rose, your mind will see this, or perhaps this. The focus mantra fits right in with how the mind works, but we're replacing the endless flow of random, often useless thoughts with the highest, most positive word or words that you can imagine. The mantra will slow down the speed of your mind. If your mind slows down from 5,000 to 2,500 thoughts a day, then 1,000 thoughts a day, you will have greater peace of mind. Mental noise interferes with peace of mind. Our mind is what we think. By repeating a focus mantra, which is the most positive thing you can think of, the mind can be tamed. Here's an example. I treated a border cop at the VA hospital outpatient clinic in San Diego. He was becoming more and more anxious and was afraid that the increasing anxiety might cause him to fire his weapon inappropriately. I could not prescribe an anti-anxiety medication because they are disinhibiting like alcohol is. Instead, I taught him how to use a focus mantra. I saw him 4 weeks later, and he told me that the problem was solved. The anxiety was gone, and so was his fear of firing his weapon impulsively and inappropriately. I saw him a couple of months later. He was doing great. But when I next saw him, as he sat down, I asked him, "Why did you stop using the mantra?" He replied, "It's that obvious?" It was that obvious. He was anxious, and his entire body language had changed. I told him, "People may forget to use their mantra. I'm now reminding you to resume that practice. It's just that simple." He did, and I never saw him anxious or stressed out again. The second half of creating mental home base involves specific breath techniques. Most of us are shallow breathers, which makes us anxious. Deep abdominal breathing relaxes us. Imagine that your lungs are like balloons that fill from the bottom first, and then the top fills next. Take a deep breath into your abdomen. You should see your belt or waistline move or expand by about an inch. Place your hand over your abdomen and take a deep breath. Practice until you see your hand moving significantly. Throughout the day, take a number of conscious deep breaths. It will bring relaxation almost instantly. 4, 4, and 8 breathing is a very relaxing, long, deep breath. Stress and tension will decrease quickly if you inhale slowly to the count of 4, hold your breath to the count of 4, and then very slowly exhale to the count of 8. Deep breathing, which is normal breathing, should be practiced throughout the day. 4, 4, and 8 breathing should be done about once an hour. You only need 2 or 3 breaths each time. Let me walk you through 2 deep 4, 4, and 8 breaths. You ready? Take a deep breath, 2, 3, 4, and hold it, 2, 3, 4. Then exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time. Take a deep breath, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If your stress or anxiety was a 10 a minute ago, what is it now? Breathing involves 2 main sets of muscles, the diaphragm and the intercostals, which are several groups of muscles that run between the ribs. If you aren't an opera singer, those muscles probably are not strong yet. But like any muscle, with practice, these muscles will become strong, and exhaling to the count of 8 will become easy. Learning to breathe in a conscious way is the second half of developing mental home base. We are always breathing and always thinking. By using a focus mantra along with deep breathing, mental home base gets established and grows stronger and stronger. The key is practice and repetition. Those patients who learn and practice these techniques do much better than those who choose to stick entirely with physical treatments. I've worked with people whose lives were changed in less than a week after they created mental home base. There are decades of practice and theory that went into the development of mental home base. This is a no-frills short video. If you practice, you can tame your mind. We have 2 choices in life. We either remain the slave of our mind forever, or we learn to tame the mind. As an integrative psychiatrist, teaching people how to tame their mind is really important. It's the first of many mental fitness techniques that I use in my practice. Creating mental home base does not require much of your time. You might spend 5 minutes 2 or 3 times a day practicing your focus mantra. Throughout the day, remember to take some deep abdominal breaths. You can structure this any way you like. Many of my patients take 2 deep abdominal breaths every 15 minutes, except at the top of each hour when they take a couple of 4, 4, and 8 breaths. In order to get people started, I suggest that they practice these techniques at regular specific times, but I'm definitely not encouraging people becoming rigid or fanatical. I'm just trying to get people started with a routine that suits them. Now look at the piece of paper with your focus mantra written on it. Let's take a few seconds to practice. As you breathe in, silently say the first half of your focus mantra. As you exhale, silently say the second half. Thank you for watching. Continue practicing the focus mantra for as long as you like. Have a great day.